Good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy day of the sun, whom I have communed with this morning in my own way, just absorbing the energy of that giant star, its fire, its power, knowing that exists there also exists within me to burn brightly and to continue forth. So good morning. If you don't know who I am, my name is Devi Maisha, and I am the Sensual Energy Alchemist. I am a master life coach and teacher of sacred sexuality for women, and my business, Sensual Energy Alchemy, LLC, reconnects Black women to their freedom, their power, and their sovereignty through their sensuality and their pleasure. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. And good morning, LinkedIn. And so we're on day 32, and I want to talk about kind of two sides to a coin today. I want to talk about shame in making money. And I was really going to talk about like cinnamon and basil as money amplifiers. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But I saw something this morning that I think needs to be talked about, and some distinctions need to be made, in my opinion, for the Black community. So statement 32. Statement 2, sorry, it's day 32, statement 2. I lift up my mind and heart to be aware, to understand, and to know that the divine presence I am is the source and substance of all my good. I lift up my mind and heart to be aware, to understand, and to know that the divine presence I am is the source and substance of all my good. All right, so we've been through this a couple of times, right? We understand that we are the living embodiment of this unfailing, lavish, rich, omnipresent substance of the universe. We are aware and we understand that this same divine presence, the divine presence you are, is the source and substance of all your good. And therefore, it cannot be money that's the source. It is that rich, omnipresent substance flowing through you that is the source. That is who you are. That is who I am. I think we're hopefully we're clear on that by this point, if you're sticking with me through to day 32. Yeah. So happy Sunday. So I want to talk about shame in making lots of money. I saw something today on Facebook, and it was definitely satire. And I was reading through the comments, and for a minute, it kind of hit me. For a minute, I was like, "Oh my God, am I doing that?" It was about monetizing your personal growth journey, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And because there were some comments that were a bit judgy about it, and I realized that the judgment, well, I don't know, people can judge what they want. As I was reading through and thinking about it, and just finished writing statement 2 for today, I can see how do I want to say this? There is this shame for some people in making a lot of money, and it most likely comes from the way capitalist society works. If you're not aware, and if you've never taken an economics class, in capitalism, there always needs to be people on the bottom. Capitalism is not designed to cure homelessness. It is not designed to cure poverty or hunger. That's not happening under capitalism. And even nonprofits who are deeply involved in the work, if the problem were solved, those people would be out of a job. So the way capitalism fuels itself is in part by having someone underneath. It sucks. And that system is so interwoven in everything that we do. I'm not an economist, but from my vantage point, that to try and extract from one area throws so much else off balance. I'm not saying that the system can never change. I know I'm just not the person who can even begin to unravel that. I support the people who do because I would love to see it shift in a different way. I just know that that's not my lane, right? So if that's not my lane, what can I do? What can I do to kind of bring some equilibrium? What can I do to assist people who are bearing the weight of the capitalist society that allows some of us to thrive? Well, I can create wealth to the point that I can build things that help other people. I can create wealth so that I build housing that houses the homeless. I can create wealth so I create food pantries that provide nutritious food for these people. Like that is what I can do to bring some balance to that. Now, I don't want to do that and be eating tuna every day. I don't want to do that. I don't find that to be noble at this stage in my life. And so the answer is creating wealth. Now, this all, like I said, this all comes from a post where someone was talking about monetizing your personal growth journey. And here's the thing. If someone has written an autobiography, they have monetized their personal growth journey. A lot of people who are in the coaching industry who actually care are doing it because of their personal growth journey. And in their journey, they found things and saw that those lessons could help other people. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I think it is important to find ways to give back. So those are the two sides of the coin that I just wanted to talk a little bit about today. The shamer idea that like we're not supposed to make a lot of money. And so let me talk specifically to Black people because I just feel like this is different. I just feel like this is different for us. We have been a commodity for so long, and we still are. We are still a commodity in this country. Our bodies fuel the prison system in this country, which is how slavery got continued. Right? Black women fueling with all the degrees we're getting, with the hair care products we buy, with the spending that we do, still fueling this country's economy, just as we did when we were working for free and producing children to fuel this country's economy. So we put some time in, I think, to helping to create capitalism, not by choice, by the way. That I think we are we deserve to create wealth in this country. So I wrestled with this a lot because my background is very spiritual, and in the spiritual communities and, in a lot of, and even though I didn't grow up in the Black church, my family did, everybody around me did, my grandmother did, and those ideas were filtered to my mother and my father, and it was very community-based work for sure, but it was kind of like, and you suffer, right, to take care of your people. It's not about the money because you don't want to be a part of that system, which I don't. But I am, whether I like it or not. I'm part of the system every time I shop at a place. I'm part of the system every time I buy something from fast fashion. I'm part of the system whenever I purchase foods that are produced by ... And there's no way for me to remove myself from the system unless I go off grid and grow all my food and make my clothes. But as long as I'm shopping, I'm part of the system. I shop on Amazon. I'm part of the system. But there was the idea that the money was evil, the money was bad. And so you help people, but you don't want to make the money because the money was the problem. So even when I began to teach from my personal journey, and the hope was that my journey would inspire other women to make different choices or give them different options. The idea was that I should not make any money off of my personal story. How much money has Oprah made off of her personal story? When you think about it. Tyler Perry, all of his movies were based on his personal stories. Things he saw growing up, things he experienced, conversations he listened to. What are we talking about? So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And good morning. And I think it is important also to be altruistic. Making money is a beautiful thing. Making money at the expense of others sucks. I'm not a fan of that. Making money deceptively, that's not for me. Whoever's doing that, that's their karma, that's their retribution. I'm not here to fight everybody on what they're doing. I'm here to help Black women learn how to be more discerning so they don't get caught up in that type of stuff. And that's my lane, not because I don't love Black men. It's absolutely my lane because I do love Black men. And so that the Black men who are healed and doing the healing work find themselves in the company of more Black women who have done the same. And I will suggest to the Black men to go visit other Black men to work on their healing. And if you're non-binary, whatever you are, find your tribe, your lane to do that. And I'm just saying what my lane is, where my expertise lies. Never personal stories are weaved into everything. They are. So when we as Black people attempt to do all of this work, but say, no, you don't have to pay me for my labor, or say, I'll just take the little things, or I'll just only take a love offering. I've gotten to the point where I say we are generally doing ourselves a disservice. It does not mean that you should not still accept a love offering. But here's the thing. While I also use my personal journey and my stories as inspiration, at the same time, see that library of books back there? At the same time, I have spent thousands of dollars learning, thousands. I've also gotten thousands of dollars in scholarships to learn, to grow. I spend time on my own. I'm currently in a certification to become trauma informed. I spend time learning about the nervous system, sympathetic, parasympathetic, I spend time learning about parts of the brain. I am not a neuroscientist, but doing my best to learn from others, to get deeper in, so that when I come with somatic education, it's not just about what I've been through, but that I find science to also back it up, and still the woo-woo too, because I like to show people how it's really the same thing. I study, I read, I listen to audiobooks. I spend time doing all of those things. That's energy. You spend time doing things for you to uplift who you are. If you are someone in business, to take continuing education credits. If you are someone who takes continuing education credits, you spend time flying to this seminar, flying to that seminar, this conference, that conference, sometimes out of pocket. Would you not go back and ask your employer for a raise because you've expanded your knowledge? Because you're at another level, or would you expect to get paid the same? If you go and get your bachelor's and then your master's and then your PhD, do you not expect to earn more money? Isn't that why you did that work? So while, yes, there are people out here monetizing things in ways that are quite shady, I'm not, I don't, I just don't have that in my space. Energetically, it's just a no for me. And so the people that I know, myself included, who put time and energy into what we do, yes, there's a certain level of compensation that needs to come along with that. Because we're also distilling the information in such a way that hopefully someone who didn't spend all of those hours studying can get it and understand it. Like, we're doing all of that so you don't have to. And then if you choose to do that too, we got resources for you. You want to get a certification in something, we can direct you to people. But this idea that it's somehow, the reason why I really want Black people to understand this is because there's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you're coming out the gate with some interesting number of what it is you want to charge, look, that is your business. I'm really not here to judge people. I used to judge hard. They should just be doing it for free. We all need help. But here's the thing. You need to be well rested to teach. I show up here every single day. You show up at your thing every single day. You need to be well rested. You need to have good food in your body. Otherwise, you can't do what you came to do. You need to find ways to relax your own nervous system so that you can show up. Some of these things cost money. You need to continue your education. You need to continue learning more. That costs money. And in our community, because we're such a beautiful people, we will run ourselves into debt to show up and run ourselves ragged. And how is that any different than the thing that we're trying to get people to get away from? How is that any different from us still working the fields for free? No, absolutely not. I'm a proponent of charging the level of expertise and time and energy necessary, and you can still offer scholarships. You can still offer tiers. We don't have to suffer to give back. We did that already. How many years now? How many centuries have we done that? We did that already. You don't have to suffer to give back. When I look at some of the others in the coaching spirituality industry, they're like, no, the prices are too high. I leave that to them. Y'all wanted to create this system. Maybe you're feeling bad about it. You want to do something different. You got all these other low cost options. I don't know what your financial situation is. I know what Black people's financial situation is. And I absolutely believe there is a way for us to ask for an investment from someone that matches the time and effort we've put into what we're doing. And we can still make space to offer things to people who really are there, but just don't have the funds. We can do both. But what to me, what we not gonna do, and I don't usually tell people, what we not gonna do is spend thousands of dollars to get ourselves educated on things and to learn modalities that actually really help people and then say, no, I don't require any payment for that. Now, look, I'm here for this. I'm here for the universe will provide for me. And if you're someone who the universe providing for you is really baskets of food, or you um, are sharing a room in someone's apartment, and that lights you up inside, I'm here for it. I am. No, please, no pressure to go. And don't you want to live in your own condo somewhere? No, maybe you don't. Maybe you really want to go to Yeshua route. You're traveling around, you're nomadic, you feel good about it. You get your love offerings, you keep your cell phone on, you have no other belongings in the world, and that is what you do. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's this. And this is also, I buy land. I build a family compound on my land. I buy land, and I help to build, again, housing for homeless. It is also, I choose to purchase a condo because after teaching at an event for 3 and 4 days, I need to go back to some place where I can take a bubble bath in a bathtub large enough to fit my 5'11" body without me scrunching up, so that I can relax my whole entire self, so that I can get ready to do it all again. That too. It could be that this looks like, all right, so, I reciprocity is important. Listen, here, let me get to that real quick, and then here's why reciprocity is important. The universe is not like a vacuum. Something needs to be there. Something needs to be there. Also, the energy of reciprocity is key. Breathing is reciprocal. The trees, us, we, the trees. Imagine if one of them said, no thanks, I don't need that energy. One of us is going to die. So reciprocity is key. The energetic exchange is key. Let's take it to sex. We talk about sex being an energetic exchange. One of you is lying there. One of you isn't doing any work. What is happening here? Reciprocity. So I'm here for this as an energetic exchange, a consensual energetic exchange. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, people need to be more discerning about who they exchange their energy with. I don't care if you're talking about sex or you're talking about business. You're talking about buying somebody's coaching course, somebody's certification course. You need to be more discerning about who you are exchanging your energy with. Do your research. Don't go running to someone because you think this person will save me. No one's going to save you. And then you walk away going, they didn't save me. I wasted my money. No, you learned a valuable lesson that no one's going to save you. It just cost you thousands of dollars to learn that lesson. So let me give it to you for free. No one is coming to save you. If you choose to join someone's anything, you do it because there's something about yourself that you can learn and grow from in that to become more of who you know you want to be, even if you join anything that I do. It is because you know you want to be more of a sensual woman. Don't come over here if that's not what you want. If you want more of a business something, this person over here's got you. But you still want to be discerning anyway. So what I was thinking, so I went to go see Beyonce's movie, speaking of people who make money, right? And that really clicked it in me when you think about what it takes, if you'd like to, and Taraji P. Henson, right? If you'd like to have a certain level of wealth, you're no longer doing it by yourself. So coaches, entrepreneurs, whatever, performers, artists who want to continue to expand this in the ways of wealth find that they have to hire people to assist them so they don't burn out. So if you're Beyonce, you need a vocal coach so that you can sing for nights in a row and not lose your voice. You need your stylist, you need your food, because you need to be able to eat well to do all that you're about to do on the stage at 41, 42 years old, hell, even if you were 23. Got somebody helping you out with your children. You have somebody who is doing all of the run of show, your artistic director, everybody who created the set, everybody who catered to the people who created the set. You are funding all of this from what you're doing, and then you charge a ticket price so that you can continue to pay all of those people who built your set, who sat in the meetings with you for 9 months before you even got to the stage, brainstorming 18-hour days to create that performance. You now need to charge a ticket price that pays those people, and you make a profit, and you pay your taxes, and you pay your team, because we do live in a capitalist society. And all that work can't be done for free because the materials cost. All of those lights cost money. And if you want the best, so the ticket price reflects everything that went into the creation of that performance. I opted to see it in the movie theater. And it was smart to do that too, right? To know that there are people who said, either I'm not paying for it, or I really just can't do it. And to say, no worries, we're going to take the best parts of what happened and some of the worst, because you talked about when things went wrong, and we're going to package it in a film so you can still be part of the experience. And let me tell you real quick, even the part where everybody went on mute, guess what? In the theater, because we all knew by then, in the theater, we all jamming around. She got to that one part when I tell you the theater was so silent. And then we all picked back up again. You couldn't tell us we weren't at the concert. But that costs money too. There's no shame in you wanting to make lots of money. There's no shame in you wanting to make millions upon millions of dollars. I always say, why? I always ask why, not out of judgment, but just so you're clear on your why. Is it because, y'all, I forgot my earrings. Oh, I feel so naked right now. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's why I always keep the other ones in here. Earrings are always, they've been my thing since I was like 10, 11 years old. If you're wanting to make all this money to make up for past hurt and pain and trauma, I would personally say take a step back and look at that. Because that's a surefire, easy way to lose your money. It's not coming from a very stable place. If you're only wanting to make money to help others, I think that that's noble too. But that to me shows, well, not shows, but it says that you kind of feel there's something wrong with you making the money. So you want to make it to give it all away. Like you want to make a lot of money, but you don't want to enjoy it. It's not for you. So it's okay. It's okay because it's not for you. I would want to challenge that with you. Why don't you deserve to have some pleasure too? And if you're putting the time and effort in Not just some rando who pops up and it's like, this is well, you know what? No, that's not even fair. Because if someone comes and they have a compelling life story and someone looks at their story and says, I really want to learn how you overcame that. And that person's saying, well, this is the exchange for that. And that person agrees to it. That's between the two of them. It just is. And when we try and shame people for making money, that's part of that is us getting back into this rescuer state where it's like, I got to rescue everyone from the bad people. That's a lot of energy because some people don't want to be rescued from piss poor coaches and entrepreneurs. Some people spend their whole entire life running from one person to the next, looking for the magic elixir that will save them from their lives. And there's nothing anyone can do to stop them. Nothing. So we have to eventually make decisions on how we'd like to best spend our life force energy. You have life force energy. I will tell you what I will tell you what I choose to do. I choose to create wealth. And it took me a very long time to get here because, as I said, I grew up where, I was one of those where you make the money and you give it away. I told you the story about going to Coney Island and the kids wanting to get on the rides, and I gave them all our money. And my sister was like, now we have nothing for us to enjoy ourselves here. And I was like, well, that's okay because they get to enjoy themselves. And she's like, that is not okay. The universe trying to teach me at a very young age. That is not okay. I did not get that lesson until what's today? Maybe a year ago, year and a half ago. Right? And I'm saying this specifically for Black people because we've been so primed for suffering through our experiences that is almost like it's a no-brainer that you can just take what you need and I'll be all right. God will give it back to me. God, like, listen, if you don't ask for something, like I can't make you ask for something in return. I don't want you to sit up here and suffer and be waiting for somebody else to give it to you. I gave you the skills, but that's all right. Let me not speak for God. Somebody will come for me. You can't speak for God. God is lavish, unfailing abundance, the rich, omnipresent substance of the universe. And this substance is individualized as me. So I will give you my version of what the God in me would say. Don't be shamed into poverty. Offer different tiers, offer scholarships, offer pay as you go. Jamaica sounds about right to me. Offer different things. Discern the people who are coming to you who say, I really want to work with you, but I really don't have those funds. How can I work it out? See, that's a woman that I'm like, come on, girl. Come on. We're going to work this out. They're a woman who will be like, I really want to do it, but I don't think I can. So I'm not going to ask. And I hope that maybe, she might offer something for me. Sis, I'm here for your freedom, your sovereignty, and your power. Don't do that. Ask. Hey, can I be a part of this? How is there a way for us to make it work? I'm here for the yes. Let's find a way to make it work. There are other coaches out there. They're like, no, my price is my price. And if you cannot afford it, here's my lower price program so you can learn how to afford it. There's that too. But I'm here for the people who are like, I'll give you an example and then we're gonna go. Collaboration also as well. There is a a program that exists. I don't know how this works for you, like mention people's names and name drop and all that. So I'm not gonna do it because it feels like people don't generally do it. And I don't get any clout for talking about it. But there's a program that exists that has been going on for, oh gosh, over 10 plus years now. A woman who in the coaching industry is pretty well known. And this was 2016, I think. And I knew I could not, at that time, I could not afford her program at all in 2015 at all. But I knew that I needed the program at that time to learn more about how to create courses and business. And I'm still once you're in for life. So I can all and that was also appealing. Like every time it's upgraded, I can just join back in and I can learn everything, right? From copywriting to website design to course content, all of those things that have helped me along the way. So that she was offering scholarships and you needed to create a 1-minute video. And I said, well, at the time I was really focused on helping women who had been through domestic violence situations because that's a part of my story. And I did the video. I had my kids in the video. So they each came in and they're like, "Hi," and said her name. And they were like, "Hi," and said her name. And then I went into, "Hi, my name is," and this is why I would like to be a part of this because this is what I would like to do. And I got the scholarship. I was one of a few women. She was giving out a few who got a scholarship to come in. I put the work in to get the scholarship. I didn't sit back and hope and pray and wish. I did she said, "You got to do this. It's got to be submitted by this time." I did that. And I participated in it. And what I learned from that scholarship that I received, when people talk about there's no value in free, what I learned from that scholarship and from going through that course helped me to create courses that I then went on and made money from. And what I did with each one of those courses, you know what I did? I offered a scholarship. I don't know why that makes me want to cry right now. I offered a scholarship because I received a lot from people. I received a scholarship to go to high school, private boarding school. I received a scholarship for that program. I received a scholarship for another woman's program I was in. I've received so much. As much as I've spent thousands of dollars in my own learning and training from my own pocket, I've received thousands of dollars in training that was offered to me. So this is why I'm at this place where in my journey, hell yes to monetizing my journey. Absolutely. I done been through some shit. And if the things that I went through, if I've learned from them, if I've had a better understanding of why I went through them, and if I talk about that, and there's a woman out there who goes, "Oh my gosh, that resonates with me. I want to learn how to get out of that." Yes, you're damn right. There's going to be some type of exchange attached to that. Because I've been went through some things, so hopefully you don't have to. And I've taken the time to learn the things so you don't have to that extent. And there will also be scholarships. Because there's a woman out there, or a few who are like, "Yes, I really want that like I did, but I don't have the funds." But do not be ashamed of wanting to make money for what you do, for what you learn, for the time you put in, for the nights you stayed up learning about something and then going, I don't know what that is. Now I got to go over here and read this thing to find out what that thing is. And I got to confer with these folks. And you know what? Let me join this organization because then I can learn it more to come back and say, it's a pay as you go. And you don't have food in your refrigerator? No. No. And you struggling paying your rent? No. No, and for Black folks in particular, no, you will not ever no more now, no, convince me. Where's Reverend Ike at? Okay, you will never no more convince me that that's what we need to be doing. Hell to the no. I don't like I said, I don't know what your thing is. I know my big thing is having, for instance, been homeless. I want to see a compound built for families that make them feel like actual whole healthy human beings. Okay? And I don't want to have to go around gathering all the funds from everybody in order to do that. I want to be able to put a good chunk of my money in, and then you can donate some. What is your so why people did your big hairy audacious goal, whatever it is. What is your big thing? And why do you feel like you're not supposed to make money? I got no, no. I will leave that to other people. They can figure that out for themselves. My journey, heck yeah. My knowledge and my expertise, my understanding, absolutely. Yours, you're damn right. You're damn right. And it's high time we stop thinking that we don't have enough yet. 'Cause that's another thing that we do as Black people, especially as Black women. Once I get this one more thing, once I learn this one more thing, then I can, no, ma'am. No, you know you're going to continue to learn. Stop using that as the excuse to just go ahead and say, this is the investment for working with me. Stop trying to make yourself seem like you're worth it. Well, once I get all this stuff and these papers and these certifications, then I'm worth it. Then I can charge the thing. Oh no, wait, that's still too much. Okay, maybe I should learn this modality. And then I can charge the thing. Ma'am, start off at $49 if it makes you feel okay. 99, 147. Start off at a place that makes you feel like it's worth your time, because if you don't, you will be resentful. And that will come across in what you are doing, and that's not gonna work either. Show up feeling well fed, well fucked. We serve better when we are both. We have more energy to give when we are well fed, well. And then the people who are working with us, their results, beautiful. How can I get more? This was amazing. I had so many insights because the energy of it was just flowing. And it was flowing because you were well fed and well. You show up hungry, you show up tired, you show up cranky. No smile is going to protect the energy that's spewing out of you when you try to show up and coach a group or somebody one on one. It's just not going to work. So stop starving yourself. Literally, figuratively, however you want to do it, because we do this with food too. Stop starving yourself and then trying to give to other people. The hell? My business coach, as she says, you deserve nice things, sis. I deserve a bathtub that fits my 5'11" frame. They don't make them. You know what that means? That means my entire adult life, in any place I've lived, I've never been able to stretch out in a bathtub. Do you think that when I am 72 years old, I want to scrunch my body in a bathtub? Hell no. I want to sit in a bathtub that makes me feel like my entire body can float out. And I deserve that, which means I might have to build that. At the very least, I need to have a custom bathroom for that. And so I should not? Are you kidding? I sat on a heated toilet when I was at the St. Regis and I said, that's it. That's it. I want a heated toilet. I want to sit down and be like, ooh. Maybe you don't want that. Maybe you like the outhouse. Maybe that excites you. You understand? Like, that's why I'm like, I'm not telling you what your level, this is my level at this stage, but your level might be, I want to live in the jungle and go in the bush, and that just lights me up. I am here for it. Create it. Create it. This is for the women who really want the heated toilet seat and the luxurious bathroom, but who think that making a lot of money is still this really bad, awful thing. Because we've been used in this country as a commodity for so long that we have a distaste and a disdain for the system that we live under, which I do too. So here's my answer to dealing with the system. Either I'm going to move out of this country, which I'm not going to, because I'm here to fight the good fight at home. Some people, their lane is to leave this country and do it that way. My lane, I realize, is to be I'm in the trenches. I was raised to be in the trenches. Okay, but being in the trenches, I now realize, Daddy, who might watch this on LinkedIn, being in the trenches, I now realize doesn't mean I need to be like in the shithole with you. It means I'm here in this country, but I'm gonna show you how we don't have to sit in that. I'm not gonna leave. I'm not gonna force you to come with me, right? But I'm gonna show you the possibilities of what you can do here. And I'm gonna say to you, if you want a heated toilet seat, that's a beautiful thing. It's not frivolous. Not to me. Makes me more comfortable. Felt really nice. And maybe it's frivolous to someone else. Okay? We're not here to want the same things. No shame in creating something that came out of this divine intelligence. There's no shame in you creating something and you taking the time to arrange it in a way so that people can get at it. There's no shame in charging for the time it took for you to upload your lessons to Kajabi or Teachable or Mighty Networks. There's no shame in you charging for the time it took you to create the graphics because you couldn't afford a graphic designer. So now you're studying how to do it on your own and you're making the thing to put together and you're researching who is it that I want this to go to, and you're putting the time and effort into that, and you're meeting with women and you're asking them questions and you're not getting paid for that because you want to understand how to best serve them. And then you put this all together. All that free time that you spent doing this out of the love of the people that you are serving, out of the idea that came to you from this infinite mind of abundance. And the infinite mind of abundance says, for all of that time that you put in, here's the investment that needs to come back to you so you can continue to do this work and sustain your life force energy. Don't you let anyone come to you and tell you that's too much. It's too much for you. Doesn't mean it's too much. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's no shame in this. Good morning, y'all. Oh, you're 6'1"? Listen, let me tell you something. I'm building my damn bath. Oh, somebody else is 6'3". Look, come on, 5'10". We got women up in here who are like, I need a bathtub. People always like, and I piss me off. For part of your self-care, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go off. But for part of your self-care, take a bubble bath. And I'm like, I sit in that bathtub, knees up, so my chest can go down, or legs straight, chest out, cold. That's not self-care for me. No. So yes, that just makes me stressed. No, no, I'm grateful for the bathtub, of course, and I want the one that's gonna make me feel like I'm floating in a pool. Okay? All right. Terry, ain't nobody want to hear about your 5 feet behind fitting everywhere. Don't nobody want to hear that. It's like my grandfather told me sometimes being in the trenches, they ate really well. They had wonderful rice balls with meat in the center and then fought. Listen, okay? We need to learn how to have minimum standards that work for us. Yes. Yes. Yes to the best. I'm gonna tell you this quick story, and then I'm gonna get out of here because my mind has shifted so much on this. And I've met women who expect the best. I've met women who desire the best. And I realized that my mother was also one of those women. And one of the reasons why I shunned so much of that is because I saw her working extremely hard. I saw her working a lot of hours. She wanted the best. She wanted the best for us, whatever that was, we had to have penny loafers, skirts, slips. Okay, that was what she wanted. And in my child's mind, I think I saw all that and was like, it seemed like she was doing a lot, but was not getting enough in return for her. And she never did, by the way, her whole entire life. She was one of those who gave, but did not do a lot for herself. And I think I threw the baby out with the bathwater. I was like, I don't want any parts of that. As children, as we do as children, right? We don't know the full story. No one sits down with us. Like I've sat down with my children to discuss my traumas and issues so they don't carry them all. My mother didn't know how to do that. So I was like, I don't want none of that. And this is what I talked about yesterday, like the change is inevitable. I was definitely like nah, I'm right here at this level. I'm gonna make you see how good you can survive right here. You know what I'm saying? Like I got peanut butter and jelly. I'm proud of the fact, that I can go 2 weeks and eat that. I'm proud of the fact, that I had to deal with the mice running over here. True shit, true stories. Like y'all don't know how to survive. Like I'm not living cushy easy. I'm not gonna forget where I came from. We're not gonna do that. Like I know what it is to have to sleep on the floors and play. Like it was a badge of honor for me to be in the suffer pot. You're not gonna have me living nice and cushy. That's too much. Spent all that money on that. So literally just had a conversation with my son around budgeting and money, how I didn't have those conversations at 19. I was married and just lost my first baby. Ms. Fowle, I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, I was young too when I wasn't that young, but early 20s to me felt like being a teenager. So when I was 18, my mother got me a job, being the go-to gal Friday for a lawyer's wife. And these folks were plenty wealthy. And so I was still at the stage of life where I associated wealth with Caucasian people. I didn't want to have no parts of them. So I didn't want to have no parts of their wealth. I didn't want to have no parts of their money. I'm going to be over here with my people. Well, we don't have nothing, right? I don't want no parts of you. But so I'm over here as her gal Friday. I ended up quitting that job because I started to feel some kind of way being the Black errand girl. Like it just, however, now here's where some of y'all will be like, ma'am, this is 1992, 92, 91, 92. I just graduated from high school. The minimum wage at that time was about $5, $5.25. I was making $10 an hour. At that age, I did not recognize how much I was making. I did not think about the fact that it was twice the minimum wage. I did not think about the fact that my hours were flexible. I was working over the summer, then I was going to school. I did not think about any of that. Abundance flowing, me not seeing it. I could have done some things with that. Surely could have. Lady was nice. What? Nothing was wrong with her. Like she was cool people. I got to help out packaging bags for this movie, A League of Their Own, starring Madonna and Gina somebody and Tom Hanks or whatever, because she was part of some board that was putting all that together for women's whatever. I didn't get to go to the premiere, but I got to put together the gift bags that they gave out. I said, nah, I don't want to do this because I'm running errands for this white lady and I don't like it. And I'm going to be with my people in the trenches. So I quit. I quit the job making twice minimum wage. While I was doing that job, I had the opportunity to see, again, and it's so funny. I've always had the opportunity to see wealth from going to boarding school to this job. And I remember walking into this store. The store's name was Henri Bendel on Fifth Avenue in New York City. Heard about it later on Foxy Brown's rap songs. H. Bendel, you know. Didn't know the store. Never been there. I was disgusted and by these people spending all of this money over here. Then we talk about this. I talked about how we poo-poo stuff. I wanted no parts of this. Walked in and showed me to get a candle. And I said, this candle costs, this was like $25. Who spends $25 on a candle? And then a belt. I looked at the belts in there. It's $300 for a belt. Don't they know that they could get this for $5? Like I was on it. What? A lot of judgment. Not saying some of it wasn't well placed. Okay. Like you people. That's how I felt about wealth. And so my adult life reflected that. It reflected the energy of that. I really want money. No, you don't. Gosh, I need more money. You don't want it. God, I wish I just had, all this wealth. No, you really don't. Because you said you don't want to be like those people. You don't want wealth. You want to be here. Makes you feel special and good. Right? Because you associated being Black and poverty in your mind through internalized racism and what you see in society, right? So if you have wealth, you might not be Black no more. Real thoughts that some of us have and don't really want to say out loud that I just did for y'all. Internalize. Charge for your shit. By the way, I went to a women's networking event. It's a young Black woman who was making candles. I bought a candle from her. Beautiful candle, smelled so great. Candle cost $50. I didn't think twice about it. And it's not it's a mindset mentality that makes me excited. That the same young girl who thought $25 was outrageous opted to support a woman by purchasing her candle, and I didn't ask her how much it was before I got it. And looked at it and didn't think twice about it. And the candle was worth it. It's not the money. That's why we've been doing this. It's how we think about the money. It's how we perceive the money. Whether or not we're worth the money. You're worth the money. So if you want to monetize your story, Nobody can tell you you can't do that. Monetize your story. This is your life. Allow the divine, abundant, rich, omnipresent substance of the universe to flow through you and out into the world, and however that needs to happen. And you deserve to have that reflected back to you in a way that supports whatever lifestyle you choose. And as Black people, we are no longer going to allow, like I'm telling you, I'm laying down the whole law. We are no longer going to allow anyone else to decide for us whether we can, should, or do that. Do it. Do it for your ancestors who had no choice in the matter, who had to give their free labor. You do it for them. You do it so that you can create opportunities for people in your community to actually do more, because you know that these bum ass opportunities out here they're not what's it. Do it so that you can support your family in a way that uplifts everyone. Do it so you can sit in a bathtub that fits your entire body, or have a heated toilet seat because it makes you feel good and makes you smile and puts you in sensual joy. Do it so you can take a vacation on an island. Do you know that every time, by the way, Beyonce was in between concerts, they flew to France to their private villa so she could recuperate herself, so that she could bring her best self back to the stage? Do it so you can do that. But don't you carry any shame around you for wanting to create wealth or make money. Do it so you can give back to your church, so you can help them finally finish out whatever building fund they've been having since your mother was a child, okay? How about that? Help complete the building fund, y'all. Okay? All right, the book is The Abundance Book by John Randolph Price. There are 10 statements in the book. So what and all of these videos are on my YouTube channel, you all. I'm sorry to throw that book. Listen, I'm not gonna go there today. All of these videos are on my YouTube channel, Sensual Energy Alchemy. So you can go there, subscribe, like, share. You know the drill. They're all in a playlist called Sensual Abundance 2023. And the first video is a Q&A, and it explains how this book works. There are 10 statements. It was Sunday. I had time today. I got to get off. I got things to do. You say one statement every day. Statement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you start over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Start over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And for the last round, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, for 40 days. So it's 40 days. You write the statement of that day. You write the statement, for the next day. You do it for 40 days. This book helped me to shift from the girl who thought $25 for a candle was too much for someone who spent $50 on one. And somebody is going, $50 is a lot for a candle. And I'm like, I hear you. I ain't gonna tell you different. That's what we're all at, where we're at, right? We're just all at where we're at. They've been building since 1965 and still, listen, that's what I'm saying. Make the money for the building fund, y'all, okay? So the church can get that new sign out, that fresh coat of paint, some real AC, so y'all can stop with them fans that don't actually work. At the very least, create the wealth so y'all can feel comfortable on Sunday. So Sister Esther don't have to sweat that wig out. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't feel shame, okay? Help your church by creating some wealth in this lifetime. Don't got to wait till you die. Okay. All right. Hello. Amen. Okay. You're welcome, y'all. I am worth the money. Yes, internalized racism, right? We could talk about that another day. I love that movie too. I used to get talked about for working for the white man, and I'm grateful that that didn't allow me to quit. It was mentally exhausting to hear my ex-husband talk so much negativity about what I was doing for our family. Yes. I grew up with those messages too. And I do not do well working for the man either, which is why I enjoy being an entrepreneur. But guess what that means as an entrepreneur? I need to make money. because I still have bills to pay. Can't spit in the face of the man and then want to go live for free, right? Like you gotta work. So you're welcome all right, I'm gonna sign off because I need to get about the Sunday. I had time today to talk about this on the good Lord's day, as they say. All right, so today was all about statement 2 of the book, and like I said, this is I'm live on YouTube now also. This will be on YouTube and it'll be in the playlist for you to watch. I suggest you don't binge watch. Watch one day at a time with each statement to help you grow through this. All right, statement 2. I lift up my mind and heart to be aware, to understand, and to know that the divine presence I am is the source and substance of all my good. I'll read it again. I lift up my mind and heart to be aware, to understand, and to know that the divine presence I am is the source and substance of all my good. If the divine presence gives you an inkling for an idea, go ahead and follow through with it. Be clear about it. Meditation is key. I've thrown some meditations in here for you all over the course of the 40 days. Get clear on you so that that signal can come through clearer and it's not coming from a distorted place. Make your money. Don't let it make you, for sure. Give back. Give back. That's part of the joy for me in creating the wealth I'm creating, is that I can give. But I'm just not going to go hungry so everybody else can have anymore, you know? I'm going to eat and I'm going to make sure you eat too. But I'm going to eat. Because if I don't eat, you don't eat anyway. Right? And as mothers, especially those of us who've had children or who are taking care of children, we really need to learn that lesson. You get weak, nobody eats. So create your wealth. Keep yourself strong, healthy, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. You need that massage every week, you get that. You need a naturopathic doctor, some IV fluids. Create a life where you can do that so you can keep yourself up, so you can continue to serve and give. And allow people to invest back into that within you so that you can continue to serve and give. Okay? No shame. You're not going to be ashamed of wanting to make the coins anymore. Okay? All right, y'all. Enjoy your Sunday. Oh, real quick. Over here doing my hair. Real quick. I almost forgot because I haven't done if you would like, and you would, for the women who are here, speaking of the giving, until January 31st, membership to my community is $25 a month. So if you join before February 1st, it will always be $25 a month for you. See, giving back. Because as of February 1st, it will go to its regular rate of $97. Okay. So right now you join $25 a month. There's a 7-day trial. So you can come on in, join over 100 women who are in there. You can come on in. You can watch my vaginal mapping class. You can watch the oral sex classes. You can watch the sex magic classes. You can binge watch everything for 7 days. And if you're like, I don't like it, you can just leave. There's no contracts, month to month. Or you can stay for $25 a month and continue to be a part of a sisterhood of women who are learning how to sensually embody the truth of themselves, not just having better sex, but really sensually embodying their freedom, their freedom, their power, and their sensuality. You can become part of a sisterhood where we will have retreats and private events just for us. Because as my business coach says, we deserve nice things. So you can come on in, you can join through the Sensual Oasis for Black Women. There's a short questionnaire for you to fill out before you join. And then once I see your answers, there's only one. I've really not approved people. I approve you, then you'll get an email stating you've been approved and you'll have to accept. Then you come on in and you check it out. You will not be charged for 7 days. Okay? You will not be charged. It's a 7-day trial. So you can come on in and check it out. And if you don't like it, you can hop skip. I have people here who are in the community. Right? If you are in the community, real quick, can you make a comment somewhere on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're at? If you happen to be in the community, I love the ladies that are there. So you can join my group there. Let me go to the other reminder. Yes. I do. Yes. My plans for retreats are very specific. I will not skimp on any details. I know exactly what I want it to be like. It's probably not going to happen until 2025 because I'm very clear on the vision that I want for Black women to have when we go on these retreats. Very clear. And every piece, first of all, it's going to be some very nice men making sure that we're well taken care of. Okay. I want like the chef, the concierge, the massages, all of that. People talk about resting in your femininity and all that. Yep, well, that's the retreat, well taken care of. Okay, so until I get it formulated exactly how I want it, there will not be one until that happens. But I'm just letting y'all know in advance what's happening. Okay. Yes, excited for the retreats. Oh, thank you, Bianca, for loving the community. All right, the next thing is Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits. We are having, if you're in the New York City area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, close by, Maryland, Delaware, DC, we are having our next retreat May 5th. That'll be in the New York City area. So join our mailing list and stay tuned. Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits. We are 5 Black women who have come together. We have conversations around things that are specific to Black women. As a matter of fact, we just taped our latest podcast episode. It is on our YouTube channel, Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits. Go and check us out. We talked about Niecy Nash and her statement about how she was thanking herself and how important it is for us to thank ourselves for what we do. So you can go catch that. I know we missed Jamaica, who was one of our 5, but she wasn't there. She was actually doing some training, increasing her knowledge. Okay, we talked about that. So she missed out on the taping for that day. But join our mailing list, Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits, so you can get in on when we are doing what we're doing. And then Boston is close enough to New York City. Come on through. It's 3 hours on the train. I know, because I went to boarding school in New England. So come through. You can be on the train, come eat majestically, April, and then go on back to Boston. And then eventually we will get to Boston, but we're not coming there when it's cold. You already know that. It's going to be in the dead of summer when we come to Boston, okay? No, Black Tantra Group. It gets cold up there. Black Tantra Group, we are doing our Sacred Sexuality Retreat. It will be April 25th through the 28th. We did not change the 10% off coupon. I just realized as I said this to you. So you can still get your deposit in. It is for singles and couples. You can use the code BTG for Black Tantra Group. Use the code BTG 2024 to receive 10% off of your discount. The Black Tantra Group retreat encompasses myself, Riziki, Ricardo, and Everett. We are 4 sacred sexuality teachers, and we will be going over your wealth frequency. We will be talking about energetic foreplay, erotic shadow work, sex magic, meditation, breath work. It's a full-fledged retreat, catered, meals taken care of. We have some spaces in the house for singles, and then we have an overflow hotel for singles and couples to stay at. So that is April 25th through the 28th. It'll be in the Northern Virginia area. So those are the announcements, but really, from a Black woman, come on into the Sensual Oasis for Black women. That's where you get to work more with me. I've been asking some deep questions in the group lately, just to get a new understanding of where women are on their journey and what I'm going to need to bring more of to the group. There will also be weekly live stream teachings. Those will start in February. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, y'all, real quick. I'm doing a sensual tip for every week of the year. So I already have 2 sensual tips up on Sensual Energy Alchemy. Shout out to those of you listening on there. I'm putting up another sensual tip today. So by the end of the year, there will be 52 ways for you to engage in your sensuality in different ways. That's the link where you can find all of my information, all of my social media, where you can book a complimentary session with me, because I do have a free offering. So you can book a complimentary session with me. You can book a session with me that requires an investment. Again, options, right? You can come into my community for $25 a month, or you can wait until it's $97 a month and you can come on in there. That either way works for me. Um, I suggest taking advantage, if you will, of the 25. So that's all the announcement that I had. The convo yesterday was, thanks, Zuli. I'm so glad you were able to join in. Wonderful, full of great materials. Thank you, Jamika. Bianca, I love the community. Yay, I've got community folks up in here. All right, I think Miss Val over on IG is also in the community. All right, you all. I'm out of here to go enjoy the rest of my very cold Sunday. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I will be back here tomorrow morning for day 33. Day 33. We are winding it down. Winding down, day 33. All right, y'all. Bye. So excited. Love to. Majestically April, can you DM me? I've actually been looking for a rage room to take women to. DM me. All right, y'all. Bye.